I've seen lots of interesting blends of concepts. Tactical RPG with dating sim, football game with horrible violence simulator, first-person Breakout clone. Yes, that's a game that exists. I had it on PC years and years and years ago, and damn if I can remember the name. So I picked up A Valley Without Wind because it had those hyper-detailed RPG things that I like. City building, resource gathering, unit training, spell flinging, all that fun stuff. And then it puts all of that into a Metroidvania action platformer. You know, strike the Vania. Just capitalize Metroid. Underline it even. Metroid. Even got the screw jumps down. Yea, though I walk through a valley without wind, I'm assaulted by massive opportunities. And by opportunities, I mean things to break. A great cataclysm has not only destroyed most of the population and populated areas, but distorted the nature of reality itself, giving rise to all manner of mechanics and concepts that are rather difficult to shoehorn into a coherent narrative, but make perfect sense for, say, a video game. Things like being able to instantly deploy wooden platforms for, platforming purposes. Things like pits of acidic water, although better to platform across. Things like monsters and robots and tombstones littering the landscape, all with exceedingly pithy and helpful epitaphs. This is adventuring pure and simple. You've got some mechanics like warp rooms and such to help you get around a bit, but you're mostly on your own as you pick up new items and enhancements and acquire spell stones, either by coming across them naturally or constructing them from various materials you've gathered. Yes, there's more than just shambling zombies and flying icicle sprites to beat down. You can break down boulders and obtain rare gems and other ethereal components. Despite the obviously PC-centric design, the game functions much more smoothly if you plug in a controller and get a better handle on the platforming. You'll still want your mouse handy for ease in shuffling powers around your toolbar there in the bottom left. Even then, the control's a bit on the finicky side with your double tap dash firing like it's got a hair trigger and weird jumping mechanics on sloped surfaces. And while the backgrounds are gorgeous and the chiptune soundtracks blipping and blooping away, the actual sprites are kinda cheaply animated. Unfortunately, death happens, especially when you've yet to equip yourself. Most RPGs have a rough early game. Fortunately, nothing stops you from re-rolling another survivor and taking another stab at it, with your various ethereal enhancements carrying over from beyond the grave. But be on the lookout for your ghostly predecessors who might still be wandering the snowy wastes in search of vengeance. You know who else would be in search of vengeance? Rogue Legacy. And Half-Minute Hero, with whom this game shares concepts like being able to immediately challenge the boss, despite that being ridiculous until you've put a couple smaller missions under your belt. So there you go, Half-Minute Hero meets Metroid meets Rogue Legacy meets crunchy resource management fantasy RPG-age, with abandoned apartment buildings full of wall clocks and lamps, suitable for destroying in a fit of totally justifiable murder hobo rage.